welcome to another Tune of the Month. Happy August. This month I have for you an Irish reel. It was pointed out to me that through the whole history of Tune of the Month, most of the Irish tunes we've done have all been jigs. I looked and it's true. How on earth did that happen? So yes, we need an Irish reel, and I will show you one of my very favorite traditional Irish reels. This is kind of your classic three-parter Irish tune, but with a couple of twists. This is the Oak Tree. And that's the tune. I'm pretty sure you can see why I like it with those little twisties. But yeah, if you're just listening, thanks for stopping by. And those of you who are here to play, I know you already have your instruments set to go. Let's dive in. So you probably heard this is a three-parter tune. And you probably heard that it kind of changes keys there in the middle. You're right. We're playing between D major and its relative B minor. So we stay with the same key signature the whole time, but the sound changes. Very hip. All right, and we're also going to do something a little bit different this month because Tune of the Month has been going for a while, and I've broken down a lot of things for you, showing how to do different ornaments and different bowings and things like that. Usually we learn the tune by itself, plain, and then put the ornaments in. But the fact is, if you go to a session and learn tunes there, nobody's going to take those ornaments out. They're just going to play the tune. So, to help you practice for learning tunes by ear at sessions and other places where you just kind of dive right in, we're going to slow it down, but I'm going to keep all the ornaments in. And if you hear something you don't know how to do yet or don't understand, just go back in the past Tunes of the Month videos, particularly all those Irish jigs, and it will break down how to do them so you can recognize what you're hearing. All right, so here we go. A section. Keep rewinding the video and you'd probably get it. But let me break it down just a tiny bit for you. You probably hear that it's a classic part 1, part 2, part 1 ending construction that we've talked about in nearly every Tune of the Month video. If it didn't sound like that to you and you're going, Mari, what on earth do you mean? Think about for a second. That first one and the second one. arpeggios. The second time that happens is just a variation on the first time, so it really is a part one repeated. You're just playing it a little differently. That happens a lot in Irish tunes, but it doesn't mean the form has changed. So, yes, we start with this D major arpeggio thing. Down the scale. That's the part one. Now, down here low we have an A major part with the triplets. Yeah, did you get that A major arpeggio and then a big scale to come out? Scale thing. And now we're back to part one, which is more D major arpeggio, but we're going to do the variation. Repetitive when you play it slowly, but you probably noticed it's cool when it's fast. And then the ending has a quick little run. All four notes from the open string to your third finger D. So that's a little grace from above. And then a little Frere Jacques pattern that we've talked about before. Frere Jacques, and that's the whole A section. I'll do it once again. Part one. Down the scale to A. Up the scale. Back to D. Variation. Of course you would repeat it twice. If you want more practice with that A section, you can just rewind the tape and play with it over and over and over. But right now let's go on to the B section, and this is where the eyebrow goes up because we transition into B minor instead of D major. Oh, it's so cool. Here it is slowly. So you probably heard again, it's a part one, part two, part one ending, just with some ornaments mixing it up so you get variations. I'll break it down. In B minor, and that's a roll down there on the bottom, a 5-note roll. And because it's Irish, I'm gracing that roll with my third finger, not my second or fourth. That's all part one. You hear it's all B minor? Roll. And now part two is A major. Did you hear that A major? It has a string crossing on the top like what we've done in past tunes like the Mother's Reel. Right, where I'm just crossing my strings and the bottom, the top voice has the melody. So triplet, string crossing. I'll grace this beginning of the A major arpeggio and the top. But really without the grace notes. It just sounds like a regular arpeggio warm-up exercise like you would do when you play your scales. Good, now we're back to part one, the B minor again, but like in the A part, a little variation. All right, so that variation is in the beginning. So you hear that super cool sound? Well, if you checked out last month's video, we talked about what that particular cool sound is. It's a chromatic moving by half step. Right? So for a second we have a note that's not in the key of D major. So I have to start my B minor across. Now instead of playing my open string, I'm gonna back my first finger up and slide it right back. So my first finger's going B, A sharp, B with a little wiggle back. Now this is the same as the first part one. And then we come to the ending, A major. That's pretty easy, A major arpeggio. If you want those pieces again, you can go back and rewind, but let's put the whole B section together slowly with all the ornaments. Starts with B minor. And then we're to the C section. Take a listen to this. Experience that I've had playing this tune in session, you don't repeat the C section. It's probably because it's so repetitive by itself. It's just this weird little short thing stuck on the end of the A and B and turns it right around. Another quirk of this tune that I like so much. So you probably heard it's super repetitive, that part one, part two, part one ending. The part ones repeat directly, and the endings basically repeat directly from part two. I'll slow it down. The first part is a D major, of course. We're back to that major. And how I'm getting that string crossing. I'm gluing down my third finger past tune of the month scale glue fingers, and I'm just rocking my third finger across the string to get that double stop there. Rock across. Then I have an A major part. It's going to start with a cut, a bowed ornament triplet. And it's just an A major arpeggio, but now I'm gluing my second finger. So when I cross my bow and come back, my second finger's right there. Back to D major. Quick turnaround. Turn around again. And we're back to the beginning. D major. A major with a cut. D major. That's all that's different for the ending. Super easy. All right, we'll put the whole C section together slowly, starting with D major, string crossings. D major. and that's the whole tune. So, if it feels like a lot learning a tune by ear with all the ornaments in, just mumble jumble double double, what you need to do is put your brain on kind of a filter where when it hears an ornament, rather than getting sucked into what is that ornament, listen to how it fits in to the overall pattern of the tune. And if you don't exactly match my ornament, but just put an ornament that feels good to you in that same place, you won't get stuck on it. I think of ornaments a lot of times like speed bumps when you're learning tunes, and if you're going at a nice tempo and thinking about the overall road, you won't get caught up in the bumps. And as you continue to get more comfortable with it, you can match your ornaments more and more closely to mine if you like them. Now, of course, is this the only way to ornament the oak tree? Of course not. I've heard as many different ornamentation versions of the oak tree as I've heard fiddlers playing the oak tree. So after you get comfortable with the tune, and my ornaments if you like them, you can go off and explore how to put your own in, where you could put different rolls or different hammer-ons and little different ornamentation pieces. This is a very fun tune to play around with because there is so much arpeggio. There's lots of room to kind of move things around. But in the meantime, keep learning tunes like this, all ornaments in, even if it's slow, and you'll be all set to start learning tunes quickly and by ear in session, even if they don't simplify it for you. All right, guys, hope you have a great month. I will see you in September.